Hi friends, today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a drag makeup video as I normally do. But the difference is I'm gonna be going for like more of the natural kind of glam that I've been seeing a lot of the queens do. Like where it's that more natural, where they use their natural features, not like heavy makeup. And it's also just been a trend for queens to use their natural brows. So I want to see how I look if I use my natural brows and stick a little bit more to my natural features and see if I can be like the fishy queen. So we're gonna do that today. I'm gonna go shave and I will be right back. Okay, I shaved and taped back my brows, give them a lift, so let's get started.
I've never been so snatched.
Okay, I did a little bit of color correcting and now I'm gonna go in with the ABH foundation as well as a foundation brush. I'm going to do concealer with the ABH new concealer and then the e.l.f. camo. Next, I'm going to cream contour with the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon. I'm now doing some light setting with the Fenty Beauty Pro Setting Powder in the shade Butter. I did some further powder contouring with the ABH Contour Palette. For the eyes, I'm going to go in with some really light browns and some darker browns to give that really natural, just like smoky eye. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the eye I settled on. I'm gonna do my brows and fill them in so that they're a little bit more defined, and then we'll move on. I'm just taking the brow pen from ABH and filling in areas that really need it. Nothing too blocky or bold. Alright, I did my brows. I'm just gonna be adding some blush. We need a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna pop in some contacts, do my lashes, do my lips, and I will be right back. Okay, here's the final look. I will say, with not gluing down the brows, my face feels a lot cleaner. Like, you can't really, like, see the texture of the glue and all that kind of stuff, but I feel pretty. Material girl! I definitely do think this gives off that very, like, plastic Naomi kind of vibe. Kind of obsessed, but you guys let me know how I did, if I kind of look like that kind of style, if I look fishier than I normally do, but yeah, thanks for watching.
What would you do if someone said this to you? Once there was a girl in Korea who got in an elevator in the apartment building that she was living in when a stranger came in and told her something that was absolutely terrifying. This stranger came into the elevator with her and tried to make some small talk. He looked at the elevator buttons and said, "Oh, I see that you live on the 14th floor. I live on the 13th floor." She gave him a friendly response and even tried to flirt a little bit. She thought that he was attractive and wondered if they would get to know each other better. But things quickly took a horrifying turn. When the elevator arrived at the 13th floor, the man got off and said, "See you soon." But as the doors closed, he pulled out a knife from his jacket and with a terrifying smile said, "Upstairs." Then he ran towards the stairs. By this time, it was too late. The elevator doors were already closed. She tried to push as many buttons as possible, but it was of no use. She was stuck inside the elevator, unable to do anything. As the elevator made its way up to the 4th.
A warning about a very creepy app that you should never download on your phone. A few years back, there was this rumor going around about the Talking Angela app that was released in 2012. Angela is a cat character who is sitting at an outdoor table at a Parisian cafe, and she interacts with users in several ways. She will repeat whatever you say into the microphone, and if you enable your camera, she will see your facial expressions and respond to them. And if you remove child mode, you could actually talk to her in a text chat. The rumor was that children weren't just talking to a friendly cat, but instead real creepy people. Parents were complaining that their kids were being asked weird questions like what their full name was, where they lived, where they go to school, just things that a children's app wouldn't usually ask. So this warning was going around the internet telling people to delete this app from their phone. There were also creepy stories about people being stalked in real life by unknown people after using this app. Now, it did come out that it was all a hoax, but I mean, who really knows?
Q-tip in your mouth like this, and then close your mouth, and then apply a lipstick. And apparently it's gonna make it perfect.
So I tried this before and it didn't work. There were kind of gaps in my lipstick here and it didn't look very good. But let's try it again. It actually worked really well, but there's still are tiny little gaps here where the Q-tip was.
Was on Valentine's Day. Okay. Very romantic. And I was in the toilet paper aisle because I did have diarrhea. What a dream to have diarrhea on Valentine's Day. Mwah. And all of a sudden, this has never happened to me before, I fainted. So when I black in, there are two people standing over me, an old lady and a very attractive gentleman. And the old lady's like blocking him and she's like, "You're okay. Everything's okay." And I'm like, "Bitch, no, I'm not okay. You're standing between me and my future husband." So finally she moves and it turns out that the young hottie is the EMT. And he's like touching my head and he's asking me all these questions. He's like, "What's your name? Do you know what day it is? Where do you live?" And I'm like, okay, wow. He is obsessed with me. He's like, "When's the last time you ate?" I'm like, oh my God, he is about to ask me out to dinner on Valentine's Day. His next question was, "Are you on any medications?" And I was like, okay, yes, I'm on birth control, but I'm not that easy. That is a second date question. We get to the hospital. He rolls me up next to this person who's definitely on drugs. And I turn around to see where he went and he's gone. Here's the moral of the story. Men are pigs and they will string you along and they will break your heart on
Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Heat Blister. I'm Mr. 101. They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much.
All right, look at this. Look at that. Am I stupid? I don't understand.
I don't think this is going to look very good, but let's try it anyway. She basically put her lips together and drew a new pair on. I'm scared to what this looks like. It feels so wrong. My bottom lip doesn't actually look that bad, but my top lip looks awful.
So a girl comes into Ulta yesterday and she says, "I need a new foundation." And I said, "I am so sorry. We're not allowed to touch anyone's faces right now due to COVID." She said, "Well, that's fine. I'm going to go down to Dillard's and go to the MAC counter because that's where the professionals are anyways." Now, me being the person that I am, Betty, I said, "What do you think you'll find there that you won't find here?" She said, "Well, look at those people that work for MAC. They're beautiful people. They know what they're doing." First of all, I said, ouch. I said, let me educate you for a second. No offense to anyone that works for MAC, but that's where I started. I didn't know anything whenever I worked there. Then I moved to Sephora and I learned a lot. And then I moved to Ulta and I learned even more. Now I'm a freelance makeup artist that travels for work. I do pretty well for myself. And aside from the teensy little part where you called me ugly, which we won't talk about because I know it's not true, professionals are everywhere, baby.
This is why you should always pay attention to details. A woman was brushing her hair when she found a little bump at the back of her head, so she called her husband to have him check it out for her. He said it looks like a button. It's small, round, hairless, and flat at the top. He joked around it with her, asking, "What do you think would happen if I pressed it?" Then he did, and the woman instantly leaned up and gave him a kiss. Then the husband kept pressing it as a joke, but something went wrong. It seemed like he pressed it all too many times, and a cool numbness spread down the woman's neck, around her arms and her legs. Her eyes automatically shut and her vision went black. A while later, the woman woke up and learned that she had fainted. The husband kept apologizing with tears in his eyes as if it was all his fault. Eventually, they both went about their lives and tried to forget about this incident, but the woman just couldn't, because afterwards, she came across a photo of her family in the living room. It was a photo of her and her husband's wedding propped up on a ceramic urn. She looked closer at the photo of her own face. She's smiling as if she's the happiest girl in the world, but there's a small scar under her left eyebrow, a scar that she now didn't have.
So I started working out in 2017, okay? And there was this guy. He worked the front desk, and every time I would leave, I would say bye, he would say bye, and we would just keep yelling bye until I left the door. I literally had a crush on him. Okay, I was 17. Had a crush on him, super fat. Today, I'm standing there, and the new guy that's been working for like a week, he's talking about how he used to work at a different location. And I was like, weird, what location? Same location that I started working out at. I'm like, no. I go in my camera roll. I find a picture from me in that gym 3.5 years ago. Zoom in the back. My new coworker is my crush from 2017. And it's not like I can tell him, like, hey, look at this picture from 3.5 years ago I have of you. I can't do that. Guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's...
Sally, I need your help more than anyone's.
You certainly do, Jack. I had the most terrible vision.
That's splendid.
No, it was about your Christmas. There was smoke and fire.
That's not my Christmas. My Christmas is filled with laughter and joy and this. My Sandy Claus outfit. I want you to make it.
Jack, please listen to me. It's going to be a disaster.
How could it be? Just follow the pattern. This part's red. The trim is white.
It's a mistake, Jack.
Now don't be modest. Who else is clever enough to make my Sandy Claus outfit? Next! I have every confidence in you.
But it seems wrong to me. Very.
Imagine we get lost in love. Nowhere to go when you fall out of touch. Maybe I just don't know enough of this language you call love. I'll leave it to my head to think, cause right now I'm in between. And lately I've been scared